Hello, I'm Jamie. I'm a technical writer at dotCMS. You could say I jot for the dot. And I'm here today to talk to you about a plugin that connects dotCMS to Shopify, and it is cleverly called the dotCMS Shopify Connector. You can grab this plugin over at our GitHub dotCMS community.org under the repo com.dotcms.shopify. You get used to all the dots in this line of work. So the first thing you're going to want to do is clone the repo, and once you've got it in your IDE of choice, you can just build it with the command at the bottom of the README, little Maven command there. That command will spit out a jar file, and that will be what you use here. In the admin panel, you will go Settings, Plugins, and then you're just going to hit this Upload button right here. And there's not much to see. It gives you this, and you choose the file, and it takes care of itself, and then it deploys. And so what is it that we're connecting to? Well, chances are, if you're using Shopify, you know all about how you manage lists of products over here. And that's going to be now made available to your content on dotCMS. So still under settings, the next thing to do will be to go to the apps menu, and this is where we configure the plugin. So Shopify Connector, I've already got that open right here, and you're really only filling in these top two fields. They start out blank. For the store name, you're generally going to see that right in the URL path. And then the private access token, that lives under your Headless settings. You manage your storefront API, and it's this one here that is mercifully, so I don't have to blur anything, obscured. Paste it right there, and once it's saved, it will likewise be obfuscated. To test your connection, just hit the Test Shopify Connection button, and you'll see Connection Success. So with that, we are rolling. What are we rolling to? Well, let's take a look at some of the things that we get with this plugin. These two content types, Shopify Collection and Shopify Product, those are both original with this, as are a whole series of folders that contain VTLs and GraphQL files. So with that, let's take it for a quick spin. I'll show you what it looks like right out of the box. But before I do that, actually, so I'm not gonna build a whole site to show it off. I'm just showcasing the plugin. It sounds very defensive when I say that, but I'm just indicating that I'm going to be using the pre-existing architecture here. So just to make my life a little easier, let's go back to the browser. I'm going to go into this container area and mark for copy, and then I'm just going to plug that into our default file-based container. Hit paste. So here it is. This is all the setup we needed. Now we create the page. Let's do snowy day shopping, let's call it. And we will set the template to the one I just modified, the default template, and hit publish. All right, so here we are. And as you can see, the Shopify product is already, actually both the Shopify product and the collection are both in their respective content types and widget homes here in the content palette. And we don't have any of those yet, so let's just drag the content type in, and it'll let us make one right on the spot. Let's do, we will call this Most Excellent Snowboard, and we will just type snowboard. And we have some choices here. Let's grab this one. And so what this just did is, so this is the content type, and it has a custom field that in that moment just pulled down the data straight from Shopify. If you click that link, you can actually go and look at it in its context. But the most important thing to note here is just that it pulls that data into a local contentlet at the moment that you perform these edits. In future fetches, and as you can see, there it is, when it fetches this data, it's only now drawing it from dotCMS. It's not going to be pulling it down from Shopify every time. It only does that when the contentlet is edited. So, and then if we go widgets, Shopify collection, we can do the exact same thing. Underneath, let's do bodacious skis. There we go. And we can set a number. Let's 5, 6, 6 is fine. And you can set how they display their sorting, but let's leave it as is for now. We publish, and there it is. Displays right and pretty and you can make your own rules for how it displays. And so we could say like low, comma, look upon my product, grab that product data, dot title, dot to uppercase. Why not? I'm going to update the container there, publish, and there it is. I just made an extremely silly edit to the container, but the point is that you can modify these components to suit your own needs, and you can also furthermore modify the plugin itself. So that is just a glimpse, a glimpse and glance becomes glamps. That's just a glance at what this can do in a traditional dotCMS environment. If you are running headlessly, obviously you will have to configure components for how to display the different content types, but you have additional tools at your disposal in the plugin that include REST API endpoints and the ability to call GraphQL and so on. You've got further options. So yeah, I hope this is of use to people, and I hope I made it look pretty easy to use, because honestly it is pretty easy to use. Like this is real simple and real flexible if you are in the mood to meddle in the affairs of the technocracy. I don't know. What else do I have to say about this now? Thank you all for coming, and happy commerce, I guess.